What if I told you that the biggest difference between the rich and the poor isn't how much they earn, but a single, almost invisible habit? It's not about skipping lattes or buying generic brands. It's a secret hiding in plain sight, and by the end of this video, you'll see it too. Let's get one thing straight. We're not talking about generational wealth or lottery winners. We're talking about self-made individuals, people who started with very little and built their fortunes. Researchers have studied them for decades, and what they found overturns most of what we're taught about getting rich. We all know the standard advice: save 10% of your income, make a budget, and avoid debt. That's solid, but it's just the foundation. It's like telling a professional athlete to just run. It's true, but it misses the entire strategy of the game. The poor and middle class focus on saving money. The rich focus on multiplying it. This is the fundamental shift in mindset. The first major difference is how they view income. Most people see their job as their only source of income. They work 40 hours, get a paycheck, and that's it. Any extra money comes from working more hours or getting a small raise. This is called linear income. You trade your time for money. The problem: you only have 24 hours in a day. You have a hard cap on your earning potential. The wealthy, on the other hand, obsess over creating multiple streams of non-linear income. This is money that isn't directly tied to the hours they work. Think about it. Royalties from a book, ad revenue from a YouTube channel, rent from a property, or dividends from stocks. These income streams work for them, even when they're sleeping or on vacation. They build a system once, and it pays them over and over again. So, the first habit isn't just about saving. It's about actively seeking and building additional income streams. It starts small. Maybe you start a side hustle like freelance writing, graphic design, or even reselling items online. You take the money you earn from that, and you don't spend it. You use it to build another stream. Maybe you invest it in a dividend-paying stock, or save up for a down payment on a rental property. The goal is to have your money making more money. The second secret is attitude towards debt. We're all taught that debt is bad. Cut up your credit cards, pay off your mortgage early, and for high interest, consumer debt like credit card balances or car loans. That is absolutely true. That's bad debt. It makes you poorer. But the rich understand that there's also good debt. Good debt is money you borrow to buy an asset that will increase in value or generate income. For example, taking out a loan to buy a rental property that brings in more monthly rent than the mortgage payment, or a business loan to buy equipment that increases your company's production and profits. They use other people's money to get richer. The poor and middle class use their own money to buy liabilities that make them poorer, like new cars or the latest electronics. The rich use other people's money to buy assets that make them richer. It's a game changer. Next, let's talk about knowledge. When most people finish school, they stop actively learning. They might read a novel or watch the news, but they stop studying subjects that can improve their financial lives. The wealthy are perpetual students. They read books on investing, marketing, and leadership. They attend seminars, hire coaches, and join mastermind groups with people who are more successful than they are. They understand that their most valuable asset isn't their house or their car, it's their mind. Investing in your financial education has the highest return on investment guaranteed. So, how do you start? Read one book about personal finance this month. The Richest Man in Babylon is a great, easy start. Or The Psychology of Money. Listen to podcasts about investing during your commute. You don't need to become an expert overnight. You just need to be 1% smarter about money every single day. The fourth difference is their relationship with risk. The common myth is that the rich are big risk takers, like casino gamblers. The truth is, they are masters of calculated, asymmetrical risk. This means they take risks where the potential upside is huge and the potential downside is small and limited. Here's an example. Someone with a poor money mindset might spend $1,000 on lottery tickets where the chance of winning is almost zero. The downside is losing $1,000, and the upside is astronomically unlikely. A person with a wealthy mindset might invest that same $1,000 into starting a small online business. The worst case scenario, they lose the $1,000. But the best case scenario, that business could grow to generate thousands or even millions in revenue. The upside is virtually unlimited. They don't avoid risk, they manage it intelligently. They take lots of small, smart bets. Another key habit is who they spend their time with. There is a famous saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you hang around people who complain about being broke, who have no ambition, and whose only financial plan is the lottery, guess what? Their habits and mindsets will rub off on you. The rich actively seek out mentors and peers who are ambitious, knowledgeable, and successful. They're not using these people. They're creating a network of mutual support and inspiration. Being in that environment forces you to level up. It normalizes success. Your conversations shift from complaining about problems to brainstorming solutions and opportunities. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Finally, and this is the most important one, the biggest secret of all, their perception of time. The poor and middle class often live for the weekend. They trade 5 days of misery for 2 days of freedom. They focus on instant gratification. They want the new phone now, the vacation now, the fancy dinner now, and they'll put it on a credit card to get it. The rich think in terms of years and decades. They have a long-term vision. They are willing to delay gratification today for a much greater reward tomorrow. They plant trees whose shade they may not sit in for years. This is the habit that ties everything else together. Building multiple income streams takes time. Using good debt to acquire assets takes time. Gaining financial knowledge takes time. Finding and taking smart risks takes time. Building a powerful network takes time. It's not about being a genius. It's about being patient and consistent. It's about choosing the future you want over the pleasure you want right now. So that single, invisible habit I mentioned at the start. It's long-term thinking. It's the master habit that controls all the others. So, let's recap. It's not just about saving. It's about shifting your focus from saving to multiplying your money. You do this by building multiple income streams, using good debt to buy assets, constantly investing in your financial education, taking calculated risks, and surrounding yourself with the right people. And all of this is powered by a long-term perspective. Start small. This week, identify one thing you can do to create your first tiny additional income stream. Read one chapter of a finance book. Reach out to one person you admire and ask for advice. It's the small, consistent actions that build a fortune. Wealth isn't an event, it's a process. It's a result of your daily habits. Thank you so much for watching. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button and subscribe for more truths about building wealth. And let me know in the comments, which habit are you going to start working on first? See you in the next one.